All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back to the channel. I'm in Cancun, reporting live from my hotel suite. Now, dude, I got to talk about there's something massive. Actually, a couple massive things have happened in the Diddy case, whereby I think a dozen accusers just had an absolute catastrophe happen for their cases against Diddy. Like actually like unbelievable, dude, that this happened. And it's directly due to Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z literally just destroyed dozens of people's cases against Diddy. And it's crazy, dude, when you guys see what happened here. Because generally speaking, I feel as though wait, I thought he was gonna be. I'm gonna be on play with matches in about half an hour. So the criminal case is still exactly where it was. Like the criminal case goes it goes off in like a month or two. But the civil cases just blew up, and like all at once. All of these civil cases have just been like, hey, good luck with that. And I'll show you exactly what happened here. Hang on. So, man. All right. So check this out. So we're going to talk about that. Diddy won Diddy won this round with, I don't even know. It says more than a dozen Diddy lawsuits. Okay. Because they lost their attorney is what happened. The attorney that was representing all of these guys is gone, cannot represent them, lost the attorney. And you got to keep in mind that the only, okay, actually I'm going out of order. So we're going to talk about that first. We'll do that first. I also have a story about the Diddy case where Kanye and Diddy were speaking on a recorded phone line. And anyway, that call got recorded, which is kind of weird. And then Diddy's former chief of staff came out and spoke. So anyway, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about there. But like I said, the title is related to. I'm sitting here talking, and I'm trying to find the total number of cases that are like that. Civil cases just got completely fucked all the way through. So here is exactly what is going on, and then I'll explain exactly how this happened. So. If you guys recall, the person who was representing like all of these guys who were filing these civil cases, it was Tony Busby. Okay. So Tony Busby is this very powerful attorney in Texas. And as much as he's been portrayed by the defendants like Jay-Z and Diddy as like some kind of like hack ambulance chasing attorney, that's not what he is. He's a really big deal. He was if you look into some of the cases that he tried in Texas, he's basically as big as you get in Texas. But what happened is he went after Jay-Z first, okay? And then Jay-Z, who obviously has a tremendous amount of money and resources, leveraged this equally large or larger attorney in New York, and they went to war. Okay. So Jay-Z's attorneys went to war with Tony Busby, who happened to be, well, not happened to be, he was going out, like he's representing literally all of the Diddy accusers, and he went after Jay-Z first. So Jay-Z in that case, I mean, honestly, I have no idea whether he's guilty or not guilty, I literally have no idea. I have no idea whether Jay-Z is guilty or not, but what it appears to be publicly is that Tony Busby had brought this case and actually filed suit against Jay-Z without even vetting the accuser story to even like a little bit, like not even a tiny bit. He had not vetted this story. Okay. So when that was the girl who said that she got raped when she was 13 years old by Diddy and Jay-Z. They took turns, whatever. There's some, supposedly some A-list celebrity female who's in the room also. And I mean, it was like one of the most direct, it's actually maybe unless if any of you guys can think of, was there anyone else, any celebrities who had been accused directly in any of the Diddy lawsuits aside from Jay-Z? I can't remember. But so in the Jay-Z one, he's accused directly. He essentially had called Tony Busby's bluff, Busby called Jay-Z's bluff when Jay-Z was like, I'm not paying you anything. They were trying to get him to settle. And the woman did an interview on MSNBC and said a bunch of details about her story, which Tony Busby would have never allowed. And that gave fact checkers the ability to go and check her story. Okay. And literally none of it checked out, right? Like none of it. So Busby, who's representing like 120 accusers of Diddy's, right? That's at least according to him. He had filed, I don't know, dozens of lawsuits on behalf of his clients. The very first case that was publicly tried in the media ended up appearing like absolute horseshit, like absolute horseshit, complete horseshit. She not only got the day wrong. She told some story. Who did you see when you were there? People who were not there, the Good Charlotte guys. Her own father disputed her story. So like on its face, it appeared that Tony Busby had if you file a lawsuit against someone when you have not even looked, I don't really know what the rules of that is, but it appeared that he had not vetted it even a little bit. All he would have to do is call her dad to at least vet the story. So he starts looking bad. Now, Jay-Z and his attorneys, they filed all kinds of grievances against Busby, right? Like a bunch of, they're suing him for defamation. They filed paperwork with the courts, official grievances. They were trying to get him censured. I don't really fully understand exactly what that means, but here's what the outcome is. And this is why Diddy is like such an absolutely enormous victory for Diddy is, look at this, dude. So as a result of the Jay-Z grievances and lawsuits that they filed against Busby, he's officially not allowed to try cases in the Southern District of New York, or Busby's officially now. This dude was like on the legal, like one of the legal boards in New York. Like this, he's not like has no, doesn't have any status in New York. He was like I can't remember what the name of the board was, but he was actually on the board. And now, because of the Jay-Z grievances and all this stuff, the dude straight up he's not permitted to practice law in New York federal court as of yesterday. And so he had to officially drop out of over a dozen of the Diddy cases. So the grievance was about the Jay-Z one, but now all of his cases that were being tried in New York, he can't try them anymore. And they're all on life support. Now, this is why, aside from the fact that they lost the attorney, the reason that this is such an astronomical victory for Diddy is very simple. Okay. He's not only, blocked from being able to try cases in New York, he's also facing an enormous potential payout to Jay-Z because he brought this case that ended up being shown to not have credibility. So what does that mean for all of these cases that this guy is trying? And there's only a dozen so far. Busby was representing the absolute lion's share of all of the Diddy civil cases. So if you're an attorney, okay, like if you're an attorney and you are looking at potentially bringing a case against Diddy or picking up some of these clients, obviously, if you have a brain, you're going to be like, okay, well, so how did this shake out for the previous attorney who was representing these guys? And so many of these cases are basically just like a person telling a story. They're like, yeah, this happened, and there's almost no supporting evidence whatsoever. Okay. Now, as a result of this outcome for Tony Busby that just happened, what attorney is going to pick these up? Like, first of all, it's a catastrophe for any of the plaintiffs that this just happened to, but no smart attorney is going to take these on because these guys have demonstrated that this is your potential outcome. You get barred from doing fucking legal work in New York, and then also you have to pay some astronomical settlement potentially to Jay-Z. So all of these cases that Busby was trying are done. They're gone. Okay. So, I mean, listen, this, you know what? Here's the other thing about this story is like, hang on. It says, well, I'll read you a little bit of this. Okay. Attorney Tony Busby has been withdrawn from over a dozen lawsuits he filed against Diddy. Busby is not permitted to practice law in federal court in New York. The Texas-based attorney told BI in an email that Jay-Z filed a grievance against him. The Texas-based attorney who brought a wave of sex abuse lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs has been forced to back out of more than a dozen cases involving the hip-hop mogul, and he's putting the blame on Jay-Z. I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of this happening? You know what I mean? Like, have you guys ever? These are all civil, all the civil accusers, but that's dude, the combined total of what those accusers were suing him for, is probably not, mid 9 figures, most likely, dude. So check this out. So this week, Busby withdrew himself as the plaintiff attorney in at least 14 lawsuits that he filed against Combs dating back to October in a New York federal court after it became clear he is not permitted to practice law there. Busby told BI that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, has filed a court grievance against him in a bid to get him from keep him from getting admitted to try cases in the Southern District of New York. And Jay-Z's attorney, like, they're not even responding. Like, they did this to him, you know, like they did this to him. Jay-Z's team literally just crushed this guy. Do you have any idea how much fucking work Tony Busby has done on these cases? Most likely, like, well, actually, judging from the first one, one piece of work he clearly did not do is go, beep, beep, beep. So tell me about your story. Do you have any supporting evidence whatsoever? She's like, no. Dude, the accuser in the case that ended up causing this, which, and I mean, just think about this, dude. This is a case that is going to be heavily impacted by the court of public opinion. And the very first civil case that got double clicked into even a little bit turns out to be outright horseshit. No one thinks Jay-Z did this. I mean, is it possible he did this? And then, somehow there's, somehow it turned he turned the tables on. It's totally possible. I don't have any idea. But 9 out of 10 people in the public now think that this lawsuit was total horseshit. Okay. Well, Busby, the guy representing him, is representing basically every single civil case. And what does that do for the credibility of all these other civil cases? You know what I mean? Like, the reason why he would go after Jay-Z in the first place is for the same reason. It was to set the tone for the rest of his lawsuits against him. It's like it was like the ultimate overplay that could not have backfired harder. Like, Busby's probably stood to make, I can't even imagine how much money that his firm stood to make if these cases would have gone to trial or settled or whatever, and they would have won. They could have just literally eviscerated Diddy's finances, and Busby's going to get a massive amount of that. Like, in these cases, in many, in the at least 2 cases that I know of where someone was involved in a lawsuit against a public figure, I know for a fact that the attorney took it on no money. They took no money up front, and it was all based on the potential settlement that they thought that they were going to get. And the other thing about Busby is that this guy lives for the media. Like, he could not have done more public-facing media as the attorney who's taking on Diddy than he did, and he just got fucking destroyed. Like, he got destroyed. Jay-Z this guy's career, not just in these cases and all the money he could have made and all of that stuff, he went all in on being the guy that was taking on all of these cases against Diddy. And not only did he completely fail his fucking clients, but his reputation is destroyed. These clients are not going to be able to move forward with these cases, most likely. And he humiliated himself. I mean, in all honesty, he humiliated himself. It's like when an attorney like Busby is taking on a shitload of clients in a case like this, a lot of the cases are referred over to them by attorneys who know they don't have the Oh man, that's funny, dude. The homo, come on. I mean, jeez. But it's like a lot of attorneys know that they don't have the ability to try a case like this. That's the other thing. It's like to try a case against the kind of attorneys that Diddy's going to have, you have to be a big firm. Like it's not just, I mean, you could probably think of certain examples, but usually you're going to have a really big, really strong law firm that's representing someone who's suing for that amount of money. Now, obviously, if you pay attention to the Conor McGregor situation, the Miami one specifically, the woman who was suing him over, that like 300-pound chick who's like 50 years old and said Conor tried to rape her in the bathroom. Like, obviously, there was extremely low credibility on that one. And the attorney who was representing her, if you read about her, she had sued like 1 million celebrities and she had been caught smoking weed like in the courthouse and a bunch of other crazy stuff. So it's not like every single one of them, is that way. But in terms of Busby, he had collected all of these clients because all these other attorneys had like referred them over. And then he also had an 800 number and all this shit. But like, dude, he had 120 clients. Do you have any idea how much effort went into collecting those guys? And then and filing all these. It's crazy. His career's fucked. Like, I didn't know who Tony Busby was before this. I mean, I know now because I know who he is, that he had he was a really big deal attorney in Texas. Now everyone knows his name and he is murked as like, who the fuck would employ Tony Busby after this? You know what I mean? Who the fuck would employ Tony Busby? Exactly. Like, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying that the cases are all bogus, but no one's going to want to fucking touch these, it's wild. Like, this is a really, fucking Diddy must have been dancing in his jail cell, because this is a guy who is in desperate need of hope. And all at once, you win 14 civil cases just like that. 14, that's a fucking massive win for Diddy today, dude. Or yesterday. But I keep seeing people say that we got a bunch of assholes in the chat, but let me see. I've read a bunch of court documents, but which court documents are you referencing, Bert? Well, dude, it's a bunch of dudes also. I mean, I'm not saying that they're all lying at all. What I am saying is that Tony Busby, I literally cannot think of a single example of a super public case of this magnitude where an attorney got destroyed like this. Like the attorney representing, accused. I've never seen this happen before. Can you guys ever think of that? Can you ever think of a situation where, because like Tony Busby is like he's trying to be like Mark Garagos or like, I don't know, any of these guys that or Gloria Allred. He's trying to do that. He's trying to use the media as a weapon against these guys. And it was a good fucking plan. Like, it was a good plan initially. He goes after Jay-Z. And I said this when it happened. I'm like, he was probably hoping that Jay-Z would not settle so that he could sue Jay-Z, because what does that do when he goes to all these other celebrities that he's already referenced? Because like the chain of events goes like this. Busby comes out and says that he's representing 120 Diddy accusers. He said something like they took like 6,000 accusers and he boiled them down to the best 120. He says that there are many other celebrities that are going to be named in these lawsuits and that he's coming for all of them, and they're going to name names, right? So that's putting everybody on notice. Very intentional, right? Same as on the other side, why CNN gets the tape of him dragging Cassie down the hallway when the feds gave it to him, because that's the plaintiff side doing the same thing in the criminal case. It's like, it's all public opinion. They're using the public as a weapon, whether it's the criminal side or the civil side. So when Busby says they're coming after celebrities, and then he goes to Jay-Z, Jay-Z's the biggest one out of all of them. obviously. The guy's worth $2.5 billion. You guys know any other rappers that are worth $2.5 billion that hang out with Diddy? So when he goes to Jay-Z and he sends a demand letter, I'm sure he sent a ton of other demand letters to other celebrities that were, potentially implicated or whatever. But so when Jay-Z says, this is not true, I'm not paying you any money, Busby's like, awesome. Because then he gets to file the lawsuit against Jay-Z. And what are you going to, if you're one of these celebrities, even if you didn't do anything and you get a demand letter from this guy and he just said that Jay-Z raped a 13-year-old, like, dude, that is an enormous incentive for you to just settle. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge, huge, huge motivator to settle. Because at the end of the day, like if someone says you did that, even if you're completely innocent, it's hard to wash that off. This, the thing that happened in Orinda, the Ashley Parham one, is quite literally the least credible accusation I have ever seen anyone put on anyone in any category. And people still believed it. Like I saw a ton of people talking about Drewski, 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. And they're like, this guy is an assaulter. It's like, guys, she may as well have said that she is filing a lawsuit against gray aliens who kidnapped her in a flying saucer and raped her with an anal probe. Like, it is that ludicrous. But so, Busby thinks everything's going exactly how he wants it to go. And the thing that sank him is that stupid client did that MSNBC interview without a doubt against his instructions. She gives away too much information. Everyone finds out she's autistic, white, 50 or something, or not 50, I'm sorry, 30, whatever it was, 35 or I don't know, whatever it would have been from, nonetheless, white and autistic and lives in like Alabama. It's just like, what? And then they look into her story. None of it makes sense. And, Jay-Z is saying they tried to extort him, whatever. So literally all the credibility is gone from any of the cases that this guy was representing. So anyway, for once, it's a really big win for Diddy. We'll see. All that really matters for him, not all that really matters. Money obviously is a huge deal, but he's facing life in prison. So the criminal case is a way bigger deal. But I don't know, man. This shirt, are you fucking serious? Dude, look at the shirt. Like, this is a regular fucking shirt, dude. Look. This is a shirt. It's just a fucking shirt. Why are you guys breaking my balls about my shirt? Jesus. You don't think so? Why not, dude? It's not like, I'm not saying that the guy's like never going to work again. I'm saying that his reputation is permanently damaged. And reputation's everything for these guys that operate at that level. Like the premier national, like American attorneys that do these massive, super big cases. It's all reputation, like Garagos. Gloria Allred. Like Jose Baez was a fucking nobody. He got Casey Anthony off and then boom, like that guy is an incredibly successful attorney now. Because he established credibility, because he got Casey Anthony off, because everybody, it's like, how the fuck, how did you get that chick acquitted? And then boom, this is the exact opposite of that, except worse, because it looks like he was doing intentional malfeasance and, suing people with cases he knew were not true. You know what I mean? Thank you, Kathy. Oh, hang on. And other Kathy, let me make this clear. I am not saying that I feel bad for Diddy at all. I'm saying Busby fucked all these clients. Now, I don't have total insight into how all of these things played out, but all of these, especially think about like these accusers where this actually happened. You know what I mean? Like some of these have to be true. And anyone who chose to use Busby now, who's going to believe them, dude? It's their word against whoever's. And it's like the one case that he was representing turned out to be an outright fabricated lie. It's crazy because like Diddy's facing all of this stuff. One person went after Jay-Z and it destroyed every single Diddy civil case, or at the very least hurt their credibility. It hurt all of their credibility. It killed most of these Busby cases for sure. But yeah, so I'm in Cancun right now. I have curtains like that shirt. Oh man, you guys know that you fuckers know that I laugh when you make fun of me. So now it's just like, it's like a sport, dude. Gay jokes every time, short jokes, funny. This shirt, Gabrielle, come here. Gabrielle, we got to go live on our channel in a couple minutes anyway. Gay shirt. That's good, dude. That's an excellent job following instructions. I know, dude. How about I just unbutton all of it, dog? And just get buck naked. Gab! What the fuck is she doing? Hang on. Let's find out what Gabrielle is doing, and then we can wrap this up. Gabrielle and I are going live on Play with Matches. Gab! Dude. Oh, you couldn't hear me? What? You couldn't hear me?
Oh, no.
They're all making fun of my shirt, dude. Does this shirt suck or what?
It's not very nice.
Does this shirt suck though, really? For real?
No. It's just a normal black shirt.
Jeez, they're all making fun of me, and now I'm all self-conscious.
They're just jealous.
Okay, so Gabby's lying about your shirt. They're saying it's a blouse, dude. She's not answering you because of your shirt. Look at it. Is this, I mean, seriously, is this shit or what?
No, it's a normal. Y'all are nuts.
It does look kind of weird, like from like here up for whatever reason.
It doesn't, though.
They just think it's a sport to fuck with me in live streams, which
because it's so easy. It's so easy to push your buttons.
I'm not pushing my buttons. I just want to make sure I'm not going to go out and look like a fucking idiot.
You look great.
Or maybe I was just fishing for compliments. Maybe I was just fishing for compliments, you guys.
My kids got me addicted to Block Blast.
Oh my God, Block Blast is the shit.
Real problem.
Have you guys ever played Block Blast? It's so fun, man.
It's a real problem. Like, I can't stop.
This is not my girlfriend. This is my wife of 16 and a half, 17 years? I don't know.
15. Many years.
No, definitely more than 15. We have 3 children together, believe it or not. Look at this.
That's one of them.
This thing has 3 children. This little thing. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys don't follow Play with Matches, that's our other channel, and we are going to go live there in 3 minutes. Bro, she is, man. Smoking. See, all the girls are being nice. All the dudes are making fun of me.
These girls are.
Thank you, Rin. Everybody's jealous of that shirt.
Yeah.
They are. They all say you look hot too, babe.
Thanks.
Jesse is a bisexual. I don't think that's how you do bisexual.
Wait, how?
Bi space sexual.
No, that's incorrect.
Dude, so the story that Gabrielle and I are going to go over and on ours is about this Kim Kardashian thing where emergency hearings over fears of child trafficking or human trafficking. Anthony, thank you for the super chat, good sir, and good to see you, man. They, I see Candace Owens' investigation of Harvard. Yeah, I saw it, and I mean, obviously, the cases that were included in that criminal case were very problematic. Like, but I don't know, man. Like, you're going to have a really hard time convincing me that every single one of these women who told the exact same story about him tricking them into hotel rooms, that's not true. And that you do. Ask, like, I literally wait for Candace's show to start every day. I fucking love that show. She's incredible. But yeah, dude, but okay. So the thing about him not having nuts, So one story that I know for sure was included in like all of these stories was that he used some kind of, Jen, get out of here. I love you though. Take your little child brain and ears elsewhere. So he was using this like injection thing that he would inject directly into his dick because like, you know, it's like, I don't know, injection Viagra or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that matters or whatever. I don't really like it. So yeah, I don't think, I mean, I don't know, dude. The Harvey Weinstein case, like I've watched all the documentaries on that. To think that that's not true is absurd. I think the criminal case in the cases she went over are ludicrous. Like, I don't think those two girls have any credibility, but they chose those two for some reason because maybe there was, I don't know, man. But try to give you money, stupid Google Play. Oh, it wouldn't work? It's all right. Just put something in the chat and I will read it anyway. All right, Gab, we got to go. Thank you, dude. I have very different parenting style when it comes to violence versus that kind of shit. Any kind of like any kind of sex shit. I'm just like, you know, but like I let them watch that new Predator movie with the girl, the like Native American one. That movie's sick. That was very violent though. But any kind of sex shit I won't let them watch or hear. All right, you guys. Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Ring the bell. And we are going live on Play with Matches right now. Gabrielle is coming on. Come have a seat, Gabrielle. And we are going to rock and roll. I will be back in the studio on Tuesday. I'll definitely stream between now and then. Miss you guys. I fucking miss you guys. Okay? You guys can make fun of my shirt all you want as long as you talk to me because... Yeah, as long as you guys are talking to me, you can make fun of my shirt. I like it. I miss you guys. You guys are the best. All right. Love you guys. We'll be on Play with Matches in like 2 minutes.